Hello everyone, welcome to my review of two of the cheapest cordless garden tools you can buy on Amazon. First item is a cordless trimmer. Haven't really seen many reviews on this, there's one or two out there, but they're not very comprehensive, and I intend to do a very comprehensive and in-depth both review and test. The other item is the mini chainsaw. Quite a few reviews on these things out there, most of them negative. They're not really anybody got any good things to say about these things. They pretty much all recommend that you go out and buy a brand name, which is probably right. 30 quid, yeah, I'm not expecting miracles. When you think of Ryobi's, anything from 120, 150, Iron Hell, you're probably talking 100 quid. Black & Decker, all the rest of them, whatever make you want to talk, Works, whoever. You're all talking the £100 mark for their cordless tools. And they probably bury this thing in every way, shape and form. But for me personally, and you'll see a bit later on in the video, I've only got a very small area to do, and once it's done, it's not going to need doing again for a while, probably another year or two. So I'm hoping this thing's going to be absolutely perfect for what I need it for. This, I'm really interested in the saw blade, those three things there. When you watch the video, which I'm not going to play because I'm not sure about copyrights and stuff, but if you go onto Amazon, look this thing up, there's a video there you can watch, and it shows the girl sawing through a branch with the saw blade on it. They're also using it to trim grass, weeds, all sorts. So I'm really hoping and really looking forward to trying that part out. I think it's going to be good. I'm hoping it's going to be good. I've got this terrible gut feeling that it's just a gimmick, but I'm hoping that I'm wrong, and I'm hoping that it's going to be a brilliant thing. The other thing, looking at the two items, I'm hoping the batteries are interchangeable. They certainly look like it. Unfortunately, I don't get a good view of the actual fitting part, but when you look there with the three grooves in it, and you look at this one, you can just make out there's three grooves again in that one there, and they look like they're the same, and they're both 21 volt or 20 volts, so I'm hoping the batteries are interchangeable, which would be a really useful thing. Anyhow, I've had them a while. Unfortunately, it's just rain on rain, as we haven't had a dry day now for a fortnight. It's hammering down right now as I'm recording this. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I fully intend to not only review this thing, I am really going to test them, and I'm going to test them to the limit, I promise you that. If they survive the testing and they work, then great. Hopes and aspirations, no idea. This is purely testing. I'm really going to find out, but I'm not sponsored by anybody, certainly not Amazon. They're both sort of just some generic name. I mean, that one says sold by Ditch By. This one, Lia Juang. Yeah, if you can read that, good luck. But yeah, no idea. Okay, so here's how it comes in a box like that. As I said, I have opened this one and charged up the batteries, although I haven't actually tried it out. It's actually got some sort of branding on it by the looks of it. There's no name on it, just says mini chainsaw, 6 inches, brushless, two 21 volt batteries. Out of the box, well no, that's not right because the batteries were flat. But anyhow, try and open this one-handed. That did come in a brown box, by the way, to protect it. Looks like it goes that way up. Nice little plastic case. And there she is. Okay. set of instructions. Then there's all your bottle of oil. I don't know if there's oil in it. Yeah, there's oil in it by the looks of it. Screwdriver, little paintbrush. I presume that's to paint on the oil. And that bag there will be the spare chain. And there is 2 spare chains with it. So you actually get 3. You get the one on it and the 2 spare ones that come with it. Right, which means they don't last very long, obviously. These are the gloves. Yeah, they are very, very lightweight paper thin gloves. Waste of bloody time, to be honest with you, but they're free, so who cares? What we got here? Pair of safety glasses. Look. Soft plastic type feel. Yeah, they're good. I buy safety glasses, so handy. Here's the actual unit. It is very lightweight. There's the charger. Again, weighs absolutely nothing. But it did charge the batteries up. And here's the batteries. Again, very, very lightweight. Can't actually see what it says on there. Hopefully you can, and you can read it, freeze it and read it if you wish. All it says on this side, probably exactly the same. Again, hit the pause button and read it if you wish. There's no power indicator or anything. And they charge up directly, which is a bit unusual. You normally have like a docking station for them, but these plug direct in there to charge. I did charge them when I first bought it. Whether they've held a charge, because it's been a good few weeks, I don't know. But we shall pause the camera because I can't put the battery in and do the camera at the same time. But we'll pause it and we'll just give it a little run. Okay, battery just clicks straight in, just like any sort of handheld power tool. It is very lightweight in the hand. It looks like it's a fixed angle. There's no second handle to hold it with 2 hands, so you are going to be using this with just 1 hand. Not the quietest of units, but it certainly does go at a fair little rate of knots. Yeah, really do need to be careful of this thing, like any kind of chainsaw. You don't want to get any body parts anywhere near it, it'd make a mess. But yeah, that's the mini chainsaw. We will try it out a bit later on in the video, whenever the weather gets a bit better. At the moment it's forecast for a week. It's, well, if you have a look outside, I don't know if you can see it, hopefully you can. But yeah, you're not going to be doing much out there in this weather. I enjoy my gardening. If I try doing it in the wet, I'm not going to enjoy it anymore. So I'm going to pack this one away and we'll open up the box of the other one and see what we got for our money. So here, well, for want of a better word, the strimmer. It's not a strimmer, it's some sort of multi-garden cutting tool is what I'd call it, but they call it a strimmer, so be it. Comes in a plain brown box with a familiar Amazon logo on the side. I haven't opened it yet, even though I've had it a week or so. Maybe 2, I can't remember. We'll go ahead. Good tip when you're opening something, only use a short blade. You shouldn't damage anything. And yeah, I'm not going to be able to do this one-handed, am I? Don't know, I might be able to. Yeah, maybe. Yes, no, yes, perhaps. Yeah, if I turn it and do the other end, we should be able to get in it. That should do it. I should be in. Oh, looks like we've got lots of paper in there. I don't think there's any kind of case or anything with this. Wow. Okay, lots of paper. Ah, we have a box in a box. Loads of paper. Right, so that is all packaging. So the whole thing's in another box. Now, the company call it a grass trimmer. That's a bit better, isn't it? Look, grass trimmers. Manufacturer Yongkang Intelligent Technology Limited from Zhejiang Province. Apologies to any Chinese watching if I've got that pronunciation wrong. In Jinhu City. But right, again I'm going to have to pause it there because I'm not going to try opening that one one-ended. I'll use the two hands, it'll be a lot quicker and easier. Right, first time you, first time me. I haven't looked in the box, I promise. All I've done is cut it open. So let's lift the lid and see what we got. Right, well the first problem we're going to have with this is actually storing it, because there's no storage box for it. This is all packaging. It's pretty much going to end up going in the recycle. But right, that's going to be my two batteries there. I should have kept one of the other batteries out to see if the same. Charger looks pretty much exactly the same, so we could be lucky. There's the actual unit. Okay, we shall bung him on there for a second. That's the two batteries and the charger. We shall put them there. Again, pair of safety glasses, identical to the ones in the other box. Is that flexible? Now these aren't so flexible. They look exactly the same, but they're a different plastic. Gloves are exactly the same. So that's a good sign, it's came from the same place. A handle, so it is for two-hand operation, this one. That's going to be the guard, and the little wrench in there. And it looks like there's an Allen key as well. And this is going to be the pack with all your blades in. Not sure whether you can get replacement blades for it, but I'm sure somebody does them on Amazon. And of course we've got an instruction book. So, first thing I'm going to do is get a battery out of the other one, and we'll compare batteries and see if they are the same. Right, well it looks like I've had a bit of luck here. They do look exactly the same. They're precisely the same thickness, exactly the same dimensions, and if we start comparing the slots, they look exactly the same as well, as does the charger sockets. The only difference is this one says 21 volts lithium battery on the side there, and this one doesn't. But all I've got to make sure is that this is 21 volts, and I can't see it. The glasses I've got on up here. Yep, battery, there it is. Just there. Battery DC, 21 volts, 1300 mAh. This doesn't mention the mAh on it. But they are exactly the same battery. So I'm pretty chuffed about that. This is the one from the strimmer, cutting tool, whatever you want to call it. This is the one from the mini chainsaw. So looks like I've lucked out, and they are exactly the same, which is a nice little result for me. So anyhow, I'm going to put the cutter together now, read the instruction manual and start putting that together, and pack the chainsaw back away because I had to get it out in order to get the batteries out. So we'll pack that away, and we'll put the cutter thingy, strimmer, multi-tool, multi-cutting tool, gardening tool, I don't know what we're going to call it. We'll just call it a strimmer, it's much easier. Oh, I suppose we ought to have a look at the blades we got with it, see if I can get in them easy enough, make sure they're all in there. What was it, 3 6-inch, 5 of the stainless steel, and I don't know how many plastic. Well, there's the plastic ones. No idea which way up they go, but I'm sure it says there is a sharp edge on there. They made these multis that you could actually reverse them by the looks of it. They're sharp on both sides, so if you blunted one you could turn them over. That's clever. Let's just tip the bag out and we'll see the blades we actually got. So these are wrapped, looks like they're in pairs, looks like there's 2 in there. Feels like there's 2, yeah, there's 2 in there. And there's 2 in there, so that's 4 of them. And there was, how many of these were supposed to be 3? Can't actually see without opening it. There's definitely more than 1 in there. But you're going to be hard pushed to break that. That is a pretty substantial blade, I've got to be honest. That is actually a very substantial blade. You're not going to break that. You could cock it up hitting stones, but you're not going to break it. Right. We'll pause the video and I'm going to put it together. I'm not going to try videoing that. God knows how long it's going to take me. But we shall put it together and see if there's any charge in the battery. I'll probably leave this one out of the chainsaw box. Now that I know they're the same battery, I'll keep it out. Because if that one is flat, I know I can use that one to test it. Well, I stand corrected, guys. Have a look at what I found in the box. You can officially call it a strimmer now, because I found this little head with a piece of nylon running through it, look. And it's stiff nylon, but multi-strand stuff covered in some sort of encasement. So it's going to be pretty tough, would last a while. However, what you're supposed to do when you break it, I have no idea. Only comes with one of those. So, yeah, you can actually call it a strimmer now. I stand corrected. When I make a mistake, I'm the first to admit it. Okay, we shall do the positives first, and then we'll do the negatives. Positives. The instruction book. For a Chinese import, it's very good. It's brimming on the rims of excellent. English, French, German, Italian, Spanish, and I presume that is Chinese. You got a nice picture of what it should look like. A few stats on it. Again, you want to read any of this stuff, pause it. There's only really the 2 pages that are relevant. You've got a very, very detailed on how to put it all together there. I managed to follow it, and I'm not the smartest smarty in the pack, I tell you, but I done it. And then you got basic information, and that's it. But in all honesty, it's all you need. It's very, very good. Right. Here it is put together. This extends. I've got it on the short one because it's easier to show you it. That's the battery off the mini chainsaw. It fits and it does work. I've tried it. It's pretty lightweight. I mean, if I can get it balanced, don't know if you can see that, hopefully you can. I've got that balanced on one finger. So even if you're a little bit challenged, shall we say, you're going to be able to handle this. As long as you've got 2 arms and 2 hands, you're going to be alright. It is, you know, I've got that on one finger. No problem at all. And I could hold that there a fair old while. It's not heavy at all. It extends out to a good reach. I'll show you that in a second. I don't want to do it just now because I want to actually show you it running. And then we'll show you the negative points. Right. You've got to press 2 buttons to start it. You've got to press the button at the side there. And then there's another button, trigger button there. You've got to press this one in and then press that one in to start it. Which we shall do. Now, as you can see, that goes at a fair old rate of knots. I'm actually quite impressed on the power of that. I wasn't expecting it to be that powerful. That is pretty good. Of course, we won't know until we actually try it, and the Lord alone knows when that will be, because the weather is, well, it's forecast like this for the foreseeable future. But Yeah, I'm never going to balance this back here now one-handed. Can I? Can I? No. So we'll just dump him down there for a sec. Right, we'll go on to the negative points. First off, we only got 2 of these blades, whereas on the photo, on the ad, it clearly shows 3. If I put that there, you can see it clearly, 3. We only got 2. Whether that's a mistake or whether that's all of them, I have no idea. But I only got 2. However, the likelihood of you ever breaking these things, I mean, I said at the beginning, unless you hit some bricks or stones with it, and even then you're not going to break it, you're just going to bend some of the teeth or something, which you could probably bend them back with a pair of pliers, unless they're hardened steel and they shatter off. But as long as you're careful with it and you're only in the bushes and garden, I can't see you ever needing to change it, to be honest. But that's the one negative point. Second negative, this safety guard. It's not actually held in place by anything. It's just, you can flip it out the way. But that's actually a good thing, because I think that, well, it's going to be a hindrance. It's going to get in the way. It really is going to get in the way of things. You can't get, I mean, there's a good inch stopping you from getting into it. So flipping it up over there out the way when you're using it is probably going to be an advantage. This head does actually move. I can't show you that while I'm using the camera, but basically there's a button. Hang on, if I put it down again, if you push this in here, I don't know if you can see, that goes in, and I might actually be able to do it. Now I've got it fully up, it comes down. There you go. It's now come down to that angle, which is what you're supposed to do for if you want to use it for edging. But to be honest with you, I don't think it makes a lot of difference. You could use it just as it was. You could still turn it 90 degrees and use it to edge. Maybe if up against a wall or something it could be useful. But other than that, I don't see the point in moving it. Yeah, the only time you would is if you were up tight against a fence or a wall or something and you're doing some edging. Then it'd be advantageous to bring it down. But that's really the only negative points. If I put the camera down for a second, point it towards it, I don't know if it can see it, but it doesn't matter if it doesn't. You push that there like that, and then it extends out. So if we show you now, because I don't know whether it picked it up or not, I won't know until I edit the video. But if I lay this out now like this, you can see that's a fair old length. Quite comfortable. That's actually too long for me. I'd have to shorten that up a little bit to be comfortable to use. So, and I'm 5.5 foot, so if you're in the 6 foot sort of a region, that's about the height you'd want it. Shorter, then you shorten it up obviously. But so far I'm actually very, very impressed with what we've got for the money. You can't actually fault it for the money. I mean, I bought a pair of these cheaper than I could have bought a brand name of, well, either of them, to be honest. Probably about half the price of what you could have bought a brand name. And I've got a little bonus about having 4 batteries and 2 chargers. Oh yeah, the charger. This is the other negative point. I haven't actually opened this one, so we don't know, but the one for the mini chainsaw had a super short lead on it. It's got one of them twisty, like old-fashioned bread bag bloody things on it. Yeah, I'm not going to open that when I'm holding the camera. Hang on a sec. Yeah, this is exactly the same charger. It's got a very, very short lead on it. If I hold it there, I mean, it actually looks a lot bigger on camera than what it actually is, but if I put it on the table, it's not a very long lead. So wherever you charge this, the battery's going to have to be pretty close to it. I will check if there's charge in this one actually before I finish the video. See if these ones came out with charge on. I mean, the ones for the mini chainsaw didn't. But we'll swap the batteries and see if there's actually a charge in these ones. Okay, I've swapped the batteries, put the actual one on that came with it. We'll just see if there is a charge in it. Oh, there is! No idea how much charge is actually in it, but this one's come out with charge in them. But I shall put them on charge anyway and make sure they're fully charged. But yep, this one does work straight out the box, whereas the mini chainsaw didn't. They were both flat. This one does appear to have charge in it. Right, so we'll wrap that up now. Who knows how long it will be before I carry on with this video. It's going to be instantaneous for you, of course, but it's going to be many days, possibly even weeks, before I get to go out in the garden with it. We'll probably be into winter, but can't really do much about the weather. I can't go out trying to use these things in absolutely hammering rain. I don't even want to go out there and show you what it is I've got to do, but I don't know if we can see any of it from the window here. Pretty much it's all them trees there. They are quite big, they are out of control, they do need hacking down. Not a huge amount to do really, which is why I bought the cheapest stuff I could get. But I'm going to try the saw blade on that strimmer as well as the mini chainsaw, just to see how we go. I mean, you never know, I might be able to trim it with that. But when we go outside I'll be able to show you the things I've got. And the actual main reason why I bought this is there's a vine in my garden. Well, it's not in my garden, it's from somebody else's garden, but it's found its way into mine, and it is infested everywhere. Every year I'm battling this thing, and the problem with it is, as it grows along the ground, it roots, and new plants come up, and it honestly is so invasive, it's unreal. Well, this thing is going to cut into it. I've been hitting it with just a little Flymo lawnmower every year, but this I can actually cut into the ground with it, hopefully, and well, I'm never going to get rid of it, but I can certainly knock it back a bit. Anyhow, we're going to leave the video there for the time being. In the intermediate, I'll be charging the batteries up so they're nicely fully charged for when we do eventually come back, and we'll see how it goes. So, despite all the prophecies of doom and gloom from the weatherman yesterday, as you can see, it's dry and even the sun's out. I don't suppose it will last long, but here's what we've got to do. I've done that part beginning of the summer, and you can see a lot of it's grown back, it needs cutting back again, but this is the main beastie. All of this I want down to that sort of level and cut right back here. And this is the plant I was telling you about, the invasive beast that's, you start pulling it and it just goes on forever, there's miles of it. But the problem with the stuff is, as it grows along the ground, it roots, as you can see here, look, see, started to root. This piece has already rooted, look, that's rooted, look, see. So this is why I wanted that metal cutter, because I want to chop through all this stuff with it and dig into the ground. I mean, look, and it grows so fast. It's unbelievable the speed of the stuff. So we're really going to have a good hack at that. So that needs cutting back to the fence line again a little bit. Obviously there's some trees in here that I'm going to keep, but I am going to cut them back. We're going to give it a good go with both the mini chainsaw and the I still don't know what to call it, the strimmer. It's pretty thick, and the majority of it is this stuff. It's horrendous, honestly. You wouldn't believe that a plant could give you so much grief, but it is absolutely everywhere. I mean, it's even grown under the decking, and I've got weed control under there. It's even managed to grow through the weed control. Anyhow, moving around, I'll probably have a little trim around there as well again, even though I've done it at the beginning of the summer, it needs doing again. Ignore the decking, nothing to see here. Move along, nothing to see. This is going. I've had enough of it. Yes, it's a nice clematis, but there's other stuff growing in there, honeysuckle and all sorts, and there's a wild vine of some description in there, weeds. Pretty much I just what I'm going to deck this to get better access on here in the summer, because when the pool's up, it's a struggle to get up here. So that's going to be dug out and decked as well. But that's not what this video's about. Anyhow, we'll go and get the I think we'll get the trimmer thing first, because I want to do the ground before I start cutting all that, because that's all going to fall down and just get in the way. So we'll have a go along the ground with that trimmer first and see how it goes. Okay, got my safety glasses, got my hat, because I have no idea what this is going to kick up. I'm going to have to use it on the short extension, to use it one-handed for the moment and hold the camera. I'm not going to do the whole thing like that, but we'll have a little start just so you can see it running. Oh, a little update on the instructions I was praising up so well. Turns out that they've taken a photograph of a photograph on the assembly instructions. So the way they tell you to put that blade on is actually the wrong way round. So I had to take it off again and flip it over, because it was spinning where the teeth weren't going the right way. You know what I mean. So I had to flip it over. But it's only a minor inconvenience. So we shall put the hat on, put the glasses on. Even that's bloody awkward one-handed, but I'm sure we'll manage. There we go. Struggling. Okay, we got the glasses on. And we'll just start. But it is cutting it. Not as good as I was hoping. Right, let's get into the thicker stuff. See what happens down here when it hits this thick gear. This is where this one scores. You did this with a normal trimmer, you're just going to be breaking the nylon all the time. It is cutting it. Zoom in on that bit there. Oh, it's died. It's completely died. Well, that's not good. Surely I haven't killed that battery already. Ah. Well, that's not very good. Yes, I'm not very impressed. Right, we'll take the battery off and we shall put it back on and see if it fires up. If that fails, we'll go and get another battery. If I've killed the battery, this thing is going to be going back. Put the camera there for a second. Right, take the battery off, put the battery back on, see if it fires up. Nope. That's dead. And I did fully charge these batteries last night. So, right, we'll go and get another battery. But I think the whole vehicle, there's no way I've killed the battery that quick. No way I've killed the battery that quickly. It must be dead. I think I got a duff unit. Oh, and it was showing such promise. It's not hot. No, it's stone cold. Right, we shall go and get another battery. Well, that's not good. I put on a second battery and still dead. Well, you saw it here, folks. It didn't last very long, did it? Great idea in principle, but yeah, that's going to be going back Monday. Dear, dear, dear. Right, we shall get the mini chainsaw and we'll see how we go with that. But this one's a bit of a bust. So, now we have the mini chainsaw. That battery, incidentally, is the one that was on the trimmer but died, so we've confirmed that it's not the batteries. It is most definitely the trimmer itself. But, oh, I forgot my safety glasses, hang on, I have to go and get them. Really don't want to get any rubbish in my eyes. It's not the best of things. Yeah, kick that thing over. Get me glasses. Ignore the decking, nothing to see there. And we shall plonk that there for a second. Stay. Put my glasses on. Right, let's have a go with this thing. See how much damage we can do with this. I'll tell you what, it ain't bad. It's cutting through everything. Stuff gets caught in the bottom of the guard there. But that's probably because this is epoxy vine stuff, look. But it's probably not designed to cut that stuff. Or you're supposed to spray the blade with oil. Right, I better do that before I go any further. So, we'll hang on a sec, we'll pause that and I'll go and get some oil. Well, they give you oil, but I can't be bothered with that, so I'm going to use a bit of plus gas. Yeah, that's well oiled. Right, now we've got some oil on it, we'll have another go. And I think what we'll do, where did I see a thick bit? There. It's a nice little thick bit there, nice little thick branch. Straight through it. They're not as bad as the reviews would have you think. Look at that, straight through. And I've got to say, it is very, very easy to use. Very lightweight. It does struggle with the vine stuff getting caught in there, but in all fairness to it, it's not actually designed for that. It's designed for cutting through, well, thin bits of log, I suppose. But it's doing the job. Look at this. That's a nice thick book. Give that a go. Straight through it. I mean, it's not the cleanest of cuts, but well, I'm not actually bothered about it. Other people might be, but certainly don't bother me. I just need to get it done. And it's most certainly doing that. Shame I haven't got the trimmer to try out. I'd have liked to have tried that on it, that saw end. But, oh, there's a nice tall one. Look at that. It's actually quite good. Right, well, I think you get the gist. Yeah, I reckon that's worth the money, that one. Jury's out on the trimmer. I'm going to have to get a replacement and try again. But so far, the review is not very good on that thing. It looks fantastic on paper, looks absolutely brilliant, and when it started it was that blade wasn't the best for cutting light stuff, but when it got into that thick stuff down there, it was starting to get through it. Unfortunately, it expired before I had the chance to do what I really wanted to do, which was turn it over like an edging tool and see if we could dig into the ground and dig through some of the roots of the stuff. But we'll get another one and we'll see how that goes. But in the meantime, I'm going to give this a good go. I can't do it with the camera. I'll just cock up the levels if I try. Oh, there's a nice thick bit. Let's go through that there. Yeah. Got to be honest, I'm pretty impressed with this so far. But we're going to hack through all of this today. And we'll see how long it survives. We'll also see how long the battery survives. Remember, I've got 4 batteries at the minute. I'll only have 2 again on Monday, but because I'll have to send the other 2 back with that other unit, which is a bit of a shame. But at the moment, I've got 4 for today's job. It's pretty impressive, I've got to be honest. Well, I'm impressed with it. It does try to grab a little bit. It would benefit really from having a two-handed type thing where you had a hand to steady it. Especially if you were cutting really thick stuff with it, you're going to struggle doing it one-handed, I think. But for what I want it for, it's pretty much perfect. There's a nice thick one there, look at that, that's a real thick one. We'll give that a go. Straight through it. Now look, cut straight through it. It's not the neatest to cut, like I said, but that's not really an issue for me. I mean, it's flying through the stuff. I know my camera angles aren't the best, but I'll do the best I can. As I said, the vine stuff does get stuck in there, but that's not really a mess. It doesn't seem to be slowing it down, so I can live with that. And it's not designed for the vine stuff. And there's a classic example of this stuff, look. Look how it's tangled in there. Behind the wires, look. It's just one big tangled mess. But I'm going to have a good old go at going through it today with this thing. Anyhow, we'll stop the video there for a bit and we'll update it a bit after I've gone through some of this a little bit, and we'll see what it's looking like. Well, as you can see, I've been at this 10-15 minutes, that's all. And I've now cut back to the fence, more or less up to head height, all the way along. So the next thing I'm going to do is start trimming across the top of the fence and reaching as far back as I possibly can. Which won't be that far, especially with that, because it's pretty short, but we'll see what we can do and go as far as we can go, kind of thing. There is one little flaw with it. Well, it's not really, because it's not designed to do what I'm doing with it. You got to remember, this is designed for just cutting through thick bits of wood, and I'm using it on sort of, I don't know what you'd call it, brambles, bracken, brush, I don't know. But there's a gap just there. I was pointing it out with my thumb, just there. And if you look down, you'll see what I mean. Stuff tends to get stuck in there, and you have to keep stopping and pulling it out, otherwise it will jam the blade up. It's also got overheat protection on it. When it gets into a thick bit of log, it will stop, and you've got to take it out, start it again and go back in. And feeling it, it is pretty warm, but I have hammered it, I've got to be honest. It's had 10-15 minutes of constant use. Still on the same battery. No signs of the battery running out, although it's these Li-on batteries, they die instantly kind of thing. They're not like the old-fashioned batteries that sort of ran down. These either work or they don't. But shame I haven't got that cutter, because that would have been ideal for going through this stuff and mincing it up. But never mind. We'll send it back and we'll get another one and we'll see how that goes. I'm sure that's just faulty. They can't all be like that. But it's not a very good sign, especially when I'm doing a review for YouTube and it conks out after 2 minutes. But yeah, this one I'm actually quite impressed with. All the negative reviews on it. I mean, yeah, if you've got like a small holding or a little bit of farm or a couple of acres out your back garden and you're full of trees, this ain't going to be no use to you. You do want to go and spend 150 quid and get a decent one like a Ryobi or something. But for a little bit of domestic work in the garden, and if you look at how much I've got to do, and well, I said it yesterday, once this is done, it'll only need trimming each year. This thing probably won't even see the light of day again for a couple of years because I'll be able to do it with a hedge trimmer. But so far I'm quite impressed with it. So I'm going to sit down now and have a cup of tea before I start a bit more, because that's just the way I am. I'm a lazy git. I'm going to pull all those bits out that I've cut, and then we'll start going over the top of the fence line and trying to get a level sort of. I mean, it's not going to be fantastic. That's not one of my strong suits, making stuff level, but if I can get it levelish, I'll be happy. I've got to move that board and cut back, move a ladder and those bits of wood so that I can cut back further. But so far, I'm quite impressed with it. But we're giving it a good go today. We're really hammering it. Ignore the decking, nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Yeah, we're going to give it a good going today. And we've got plenty of batteries to go through. Still got 3 more spare batteries. So we should be alright. There's the one on the cutter. Let's check if that's still dead actually. It's been sat there for a good 20-25 minutes now. Oops. That probably doesn't do them the best, dropping them. Mind you, even if it fires up, it's not very good, is it? Nah, it's dead. Dead as a dodo. Dead as a dodo. Right. Well, that's going to be chucked in a black bag and a load of tape and sent back to Amazon tomorrow. I shall probably go up and order that now while I'm on a break for 10 minutes. Get a collection arranged for that. So, yeah, shame. I was really looking forward to it and it showed promise. I think the actual single blade would have been better than the that saw blade thing, but I didn't really get a chance to try it out, if I'm honest. It started, but, well, you saw. Anyhow, we digress. Gonna go and have a cup of tea now and I'll sit down. I'll go and order a collection for that thing to go back, and we'll come back out and we'll make a start on doing the upper part. So, quick update on this thing. Tried to do a return on Amazon, but they insist on using every. You must print a label off and you must put it in a box, which kind of gave me a problem. I have shredded up the box because we've got these blue recycle bag things, so you have to chop boxes up in order to get them in it. So the box got chopped up yesterday and my printer don't work no more, so I haven't got a printer. So that kind of gave me a problem of returning it. So I phoned them up, spoke to an Indian fella, lovely fella. Basically what they've done, and this is the reason why I love Amazon so much, they're refunding me the whole lot, full amount. It'll be on my account within 2 hours, so I can order a replacement, and I haven't got to do anything with this one. I can just keep it. I mean, it's broke, it's no bloody use to me, but what it does mean is I get to keep all the cutting tools, all the ends for it. I also get to keep the 2 batteries and the charger, and when I order another one, I will get another 2 batteries and another charger. So I'm going to end up with 6 batteries. I tell you, you've got to love Amazon. eBay cannot compete with Amazon. Their customer service is outstanding. So, shame that it broke. I'm sure it's just a defective one, at least I'm hoping it is. But as soon as that credits on my account, I shall order up another one and we'll try again, and hopefully I'll get to tag it onto this video so there's no gap in them, there's no separate videos. It's going to end up a long video, I can't really help that, but yeah, that's the update. They're letting me keep it. I mean, it's going to go in the bin. I can't see me fiddling with it, trying to find out what's wrong with it. I'll just take it for the fact that it's busted. But I'll probably keep it as spares, actually, in case I ever broke the guard or something, or a handle or something stupid. I've got a complete spare, you know, set of spares. So I'll probably just chuck it at the back of the shed. But yeah, good result really. Shame that it broke. Not very good that it done it on a YouTube video where I'm trying to do, I'm testing it out when it broke in the first like 30 seconds or so. But we'll wait until we get the new one and we'll judge it fairly when that comes. I mean, most things you can get defective ones. You can buy a brand new car and you get a defective one. So we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, they sell them on Amazon, so I'm sure they're not all like that. But anyhow, we're carrying on with this today. I finished my tea break, so I'm going to make a start on that in just a moment. And I'll show you what it looks like sort of halfway through. So, for the moment, rain has stopped play. It's only drizzling. I mean, if it stays like this, I might go out and carry on. I probably will go and move the stuff over regardless, but it's certainly not wet enough to stop me at the minute. But I think we'll hang on just for another 5-10 minutes just to see what the weather's going to do. But it's a shame because we were making good progress and it wasn't taking long, and it's certainly not hard work. It's going to be harder for me to actually move all the stuff out of the way, but yep, just got to wait to see what the weather does at the minute. So as you can see, the rain was only a passing shower, and we're back at it. Ignore the decking, nothing to see here. Move along. So, we've come to some fixed stuff. It's still on the same battery, by the way. We've had one or two issues with it. Stuff does get jammed in there pretty much all the time, cutting this thin stuff with it. But, yeah, as I said before, it's not designed for that, so can't really criticise it for that too much, and it ain't too much of a problem to pull off. The chain came off one point, the nut was a bit loose, so that was a bit of a pain to put back on, but only because I've never done it before. It came assembled and I wasn't sure how it went, but I figured it out and got it back on easy enough. So the reason we started the video again is I've come to some nice thick bits, look. Some good, fairly chunky bits. And I want to see how this goes. Oh, by the way, it's designed for right-handed people. If you're a lefty, you're going to have a problem with this, I think. Because the button, there's only the one button on the one side. So if you're a lefty, you may have a bit of a problem with this one. So worth thinking about. But let's see how it goes on this thick stuff. We'll do this one here because I can get a better camera angle on that. And we'll cut it about there. And we'll see what happens. How about that? Straight through it, look. And a nice chunk out the fence as well, look. Try this one. Yeah, that stopped the blade there. And again, it could be that the battery's getting a bit flat. Yeah, we're having a problem with this one. We've got some stuff jammed up in there. See? Stuff jams up. Well, it seems to be running alright though. Up, we're through. That's a fairly thick bit, that one. Try this last one here. Difficult to see with all this crap hanging down. Now, you see the problem? It's all in there, look. Easy enough to clear, but oh, my glasses are steaming up. I can't see. Right, we'll try this from the other side, I think. I can't really see what I'm doing now. Oh, it's through. Ah, it's all collapsed on me. Right, I'm going to have a little clean up and we'll see where we're at. But I'm quite impressed with this little thing at the moment, I've got to be honest. For the price, it's pretty impressive. Ignore the decking, you know, nothing to see. So I tried pulling it down with a garden rake and I've made a complete mess, look at that. But I'm going to have to trim that up because I can't really do anything with it at the minute. I'm going to have to cut it up into smaller pieces, I think. But we're getting the job done. Oh dear. I do get myself into some messes. Still, we'll carry on. So, 45 minutes in, I finally killed it. I ain't sure whether that's overheated or the battery's dead. It is pretty hot, I've got to be honest. But I've put this thing through hell. I mean, I don't think it's designed what I've been doing with it. And it's done well. I've got to be honest, I'm just hoping I haven't killed it like the other thing. As you can see, I've really, yeah, I've made a mess. And I've got to sort this out. I don't know what, God knows what I'm going to do with it all. But we're making progress. That's for sure. So I'm going to bung the other battery on and hopefully she goes. Don't look at the decking. Ignore the decking. Nothing to see. So, stick the camera just on the table for a second and we'll whip that battery out. Chuck a new battery on. And a moment of truth. We shall see if she goes. Way, look at that. She's still going. But I'm going to leave it 5 minutes because that is hot. Yeah, they're not designed for that kind of punishment. I don't want to burn it out. It'd be good for the video, but I don't really want to do it. So we're going to leave that 10 minutes. I'm going to have another cup of tea, I think, and a smoke. And we'll start again in about 10 minutes and see how we go. But, yep, all the vibes are positive at the minute. All positive and good. This thing, I've had to think about it, and I think what's happened is it's a faulty cutout switch. It's the only thing I can really think of. There's obviously a switch in there for if it jams or overheats. And or it's a combination switch, does both. And it's a defective switch. When I jammed it up on that log when I was using it on the ground, a little bit of twig or whatever, the thing has jammed, tripped the switch, and the switch hasn't reset. That's what I think is the matter with it. Is it something you could repair yourself? Probably not. Saying that, you could probably bypass it if it is a switch, as long as it's not something that's just printed on a circuit board. I don't know. But I'm going to order another one. Purely because I've got all these spares now. I've got extra batteries and all the cutting heads. And we will try out all the different blades on it and see which is the best at weeds, which is the best at twigs, and which one. It's probably going to be the single blade is going to be the one I'm going to use the most for cutting into the ground. Because I want to try and cut some of those vine trails, whatever that stuff is. But I've got plenty of bits to try it out on. And there's going to be another video after this one. It's a bonus video of me using both of them, and I don't want to do it until I've got the replacement one of these. And it's not even in my house, it's in my next door neighbour's front garden. And she's got some, I don't know what it is, it's a tropical plant of some description. And it is, well, it's a beast. It's completely out of control. It's huge. She can't see out of her front room window. She can't open a window with the thing there. So I already had a go at it with me electric hedge trimmer, and it laughed at it. It didn't touch it. It literally did not touch it. So that is going to be the ultimate test for both of these things. But I'm going to do my own first. Get that all knocked down and chopped up. And like I said, I've got to clear it because I want to do the ground. I want to try and chop as many of them ivies up as I can. And hopefully I want to get some plants in the bottom down there. I've got all these potted plants, and a lot of them are into too smaller pots. So I'll plant them direct in the ground. I mean, if you look at this, let's pick one up at random. There's a cabbage here, and I'm sure if you look underneath, we're going to see roots. See them? I know there's a sprout somewhere that's a lot worse than that. Or there's another cabbage. Maybe it's this one. But one of them is just... oh, they've rotted off. They were a massive roots underneath. But I'm sure once they go in the ground, they'll grow a lot better. Even though the ground's not the best, it's just claggy clay. I'm intending on... well, not mulching, because I haven't got a chip or anything. A lot of the stuff's going to have to go in the green bin. But all the thin stuff I shall put through the shredder there and dump it straight on the ground and dig it in with the clay, and hopefully that'll break the clay up enough, and as it rots give him some food that the stuff will grow. But we shall see. It's trial and error. Priority is getting that knocked down. I've made some good progress. I suppose the battery lasted about 40-45 minutes in total, and it's been pretty well hammered for most of that time. And yeah, I'm using this not in the way it's designed. It's not designed to cut through this thin stuff. It's designed for the thick pieces. But it's a lot easier than using a hedge trimmer, because the hedge trimmer just keeps getting jammed. Every time you hit something thicker, it just stops it dead. So I'm really pleased with it so far. I haven't broken it. I haven't burnt it out. The first battery lasted a good... let's just say it lasted 35 minutes. I know it was more like 40-45, but we'll say 35 minutes for argument's sake. And when you buy one, you get 2 batteries. So you're going to easily get over an hour of usage out of one. And for the money, for the, you know, what they cost, you really cannot fault it. You really can't. Yes, I said it before. If you've got a 1 acre small holding or something, and you've got loads of trees, you're better off buying a decent brand name one. Something that really has 2 handles on it. So you've got that extra support steadying the thing. But I really haven't found it a chore using it. Although it's one-handed, I've got to be honest, I'm not the strongest of people. In fact, I'm way under average. I'm pretty weak, on the weak side. And I've had no issues using it at all. So at the moment it's getting a recommendation from me. Despite what everyone else says online about them, I'm very pleased with it. For the money, you can't go wrong. You really can't. So we're going to leave it to cool. Like I said, I'm going to go and have a smoke and a cup of tea, and then we'll crack on and do a bit more, and we'll do another little clip and see how far we've got with it. So we've had a good old go. I suppose in total I've put about, I don't know, hour and a half into it, and as you can see, it's making progress. It's a hell of a lot thicker than I was expecting. I've got to be honest, did not think it would take this long. And of course the other problem I've got is what to do with the stuff. The thin stuff I can shred up and I'll dump it straight back onto the garden, but the thick stuff, don't look at the decking, the thick stuff, that's going to have to be transferred out the front. Fortunately, I have a spare one of the recycle bags that they give us, so I can carry it through the house in that and dump it in the green bin. So, this is the end of day 2. I've got a fair bit of cleaning up to do, which you don't want to see. You're only interested in that thing and the other one, if it would work. But we haven't finished with that yet. There will be a replacement. So, while I've got your attention, before we start day 3, which will be tomorrow if weather permitting, or the day after, or the day after that, or whenever, but day 3 is coming. So, while I've got your attention, does anybody know where they ripped them batteries off from? Because it's China, they wouldn't have designed it themselves, they'll have ripped that design off from someone. So I'll give you a close-up look of what it actually is. 21 volt Li-ion battery. There's the connections and the fittings. You can guarantee, being Chinese, they've just copied it from someone, probably with permission. Does anybody know what tools they're for? And does anybody know of any base unit tools, i.e. ones that come without a battery, that these would fit, because I'm going to have 6 of them pretty soon, and it'd be really handy if you could buy just the bare units. Anyhow, that's the personal bit for me. Leave a comment if you've got any idea what I could buy and where I could buy them. So far, it's all positive on this thing. Yeah, it's got its issues, it jams up. When you're doing the thin stuff, it does jam up. The chain fell off the once, but that's because the knob was loose. That's my fault, I didn't check it. Another problem I'm having, I keep forgetting to oil the chain. You're supposed to oil it regularly, and I just forget. So I've been using it dry, which probably hasn't done it much good. But it still seems plenty sharp enough to me, and this is some of the stuff I've chopped up. I've had to sort, like I said, I've had to sort out the thicker stuff. There's no way my shredder would deal with this stuff. I think you need a chipper, and I don't own one. So this is all going to have to go in the green bin, which is one of the reasons I've had to knock it on the head, because it's getting a bit cloudy, big black clouds. I think the rain is on its way, and I don't want to be out here cleaning this up in the rain. I'll leave all that, I'm not bothered if that gets soaking wet. But I'd like to get this stuff off the decking. Don't look at the decking. Nothing to see there. Anyhow, I'm going to wrap that up for today. That's day 2 done with. We've done a fair bit of progress, I think. And so far, it's very, very positive on that little mini chainsaw. I know all the other reviews about them are negative, but I've got to say, I'm really, really pleased with it. I'm very chuffed with it. And so far it's stood up to, well, a pretty amazing amount of abuse and punishment. I haven't gone easy on it, let's put it that way. That motor's got red hot at one point. I had to leave it to cool down for 15-10 minutes. It was very, very hot to the touch and was starting to smell. So far I'm very, very impressed with it. As for this thing, well, the jury's still out on that. We're going to have to wait to see when I get the replacement. So far the refund hasn't gone through. I did just pop upstairs and check. Refund hasn't gone on the account yet. As soon as the refund goes on, I'll get one ordered. But it looks like it's probably going to be a couple of days now. So, yeah, we'll give it another go. I haven't given up on it yet. But we'll give that a proper review once the new one comes. But again, as for this thing, I am very, very pleased with it. And the last thing, don't look at the decking. Anyhow, until tomorrow, catch you later. So, welcome to day 3. The replacement arrived a few days ago. It's actually day 5 or day 6 for me, I can't remember which. We've been mullered with rain, and it's actually still forecast for today, with no real long-term break in it, which has given me a major problem. All the stuff I cut down off the bushes when you last saw this is still exactly where it all fell, and it's just one big soggy mess. I wanted to put it through the shredder, but alas, that's not going to happen, because the shredder, well, it's an electric one and the motor's below where you do the shredding, so all the water would just go straight into an electric motor, and electrics and water is never a good mix. So I thought we'd reopen the replacement and we'll do another reveal and see if it's exactly the same as the other one. So far it's exactly the same. Big box, lots of brown paper, and in here there'll be another box. Loads and loads of brown paper. Got that all down there. And just like the other one, there's another box. Box inside a box. If you don't want to watch this bit, just skip ahead. Just keep clicking ahead a little bit until you get to when we actually get to try this one out, and hopefully it lasts longer than the last one did. It's not going to work one-handed, is it? Is it? I should be able to get in there. I just want to see if the contents of this one is the same as the other one. Well, straight away I can see something different. The handbook's orange. So this might be slightly different to the last one. We shall see. I should just put the camera down to do this, would have been much quicker. But no, it's looking pretty much the same actually. Whether it's got different attachments, I don't know. Yeah, same sort of handbook. It was just a different way up last time. There's your bag of bits. There's the new tool. There's the handle. Safety glasses, gloves. Yeah, it's all exactly the same. I'll turf that out. If there is any different, I'll show you. Otherwise, we'll go straight to the testing it out and seeing what we can do with it. It's not ideal conditions. Everything is saturated out there. And if you've ever tried using any kind of garden tools in the wet, you know that it's not ideal. Things tend to clag up and stick to the blades and stuff. But we'll give it a go and we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I'm going to open this up, see if there's anything different in there. I will lay it all out on the table this time so you can see exactly what you get. Okay, this time I've laid it all out neatly on the table so you can see exactly what you get. You get the main unit, the guard. In there is a little wrench thing, that's what you're tying it up with. The metal guard that goes at the front, plastic guard at the back, and you've got an Allen key to tighten it up with. 2 batteries, 1 charger, 1 pair of crappy gloves, I suppose they're alright for pulling weeds or something, a pair of safety glasses, 2 of the strimmer type ends, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of the plastic cutters. These metal blade ones, which is sort of like a mini lawnmower type thing. There's 2 of those in each pack, so you get 4 of those. 2 of the great big saw heads, which will be the first one I'm trying it out, because I've got to admit, that's what attracted me to it. And the steadying handle. That's what you get for your money. Totally identical to the first time round. But as we all saw, the first one expired pretty quickly. Let's hope this one lasts a bit longer. But I'm going to bung all this together, and then we shall run out the back, and we'll start trying out all the different blades. I'm going to start with the saw blade, because I really want to see if that can do what they claim it to do. I mean, on their video, and if you go right to the beginning of this video, and you see the actual Amazon pages, on the one for this one, there's a young girl, very attractive girl using it, isn't there always? They seem to think that, you know, marketing research shows that males are more likely to buy something if a nice young attractive lady's using it. Absolute crap if you ask me. There's just as many women use these things as men, but that's just my opinion. And she's cutting a branch up in the air, so she's got this extended. And she's actually sawing through a branch with that sawing head. I think that's absolute crap, but if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, you know. We'll give it a go and we'll see. I've got plenty of branches to try that out on. I also want to try the blades to see if I can actually cut down into things, particularly the ground. I'll also be trying those ones out for that. That's what I'm particularly interested in, if I can actually use it sort of like an edging tool to cut into the ground. I've also got a lot of vines growing up the fence, so I want to see if I can snip through those, either with the strimmer line or these plastic ones, because I don't want to damage the fence. The fence it's sort of on its last legs anyway, and if I start hitting that with a metal blade, it's going to destroy it. So I want to try those out. But anyhow, we'll leave it there and we'll make a start. So I've come out the back. This isn't one of the batteries that came with it. This is one of the ones from the old one. It's fully charged. There is charge in the batteries that come with it, but obviously I've got no way of knowing how much. I bought each of the blades out. I'm going to test them all out if we can, if the weather holds. The saw blade, the metal blades, the strimmer and the plastic cutter. I'm going to test each of them out on different bits and bobs and see how they go, providing the weather cooperates. So I've got my safety glasses, got my hat. We'll make a start. So the first thing I'm going to try it out is on some light stuff, and as you can see down here, that lovely vine I'm telling you about, the stuff that's absolutely everywhere. So we're just going to give it a little go and see what it does with those. If I can get it to start. Oh, I haven't put a battery on it. Hang on. Oh dear. Rookie mistake. Click a battery in. There we go. And it's not really ideal for the light stuff. Not really cutting it at all, just pushing it out of the way. That was the bit of the main vine, I think. So, without any further ado, we'll head straight over here. And this is all the stuff that I chopped down the other day. It's all absolutely sogging, minging, it's full of flies, look. Millions of them. See what happens when we put it in here. Not really doing much of anything, if the truth be told. But it hasn't conked out yet, so we're already better than the first one. Yeah, it can't even cut through that little one, look. Oh, it did cut through it. So in all honesty, I need two hands to operate this. Right. Now, on the video, it showed the pretty girl cutting a branch up in the air. And guess what? It started raining. I knew it was too good to be true. And it's starting to really rain. Oh my goodness. Retreat. Ah! This is the problem I've had. Oh dear. Sorry about this, guys, but I can't control the weather. I really can't. This is what we've had for the last 3 days, non-stop. It's dry, the sun's out, and then the next second, I mean, my back is literally soaked, and you saw how short a time I was in it. It comes down quick. So we're going to have to stop there and come back when it decides to stop. If it decides to stop. Well, that was an interesting half hour. The heavens opened. So everything is double saturated. Well, it's been totally saturated anyway. This just added the drying time, that's all. My blades are nice and wet, as you can see, but the metal ones are in the bag. These are actually the ones I'm most interested in trying out. I think this saw blade's a bit of a bust, but we haven't given up with it yet. We're going to try. We're going to push on. I will get this video done today if it kills me. If I've got to work in at the dark, I've got lights. I'll work up to bloody midnight if I have to. So, we tried it over there on the vine. We'll try it on some of this thin stuff here, but this blade's really not for the thin stuff, I don't think. Yeah, it just pushes it out of the way, look. Let's try, put that in the ground to stop the blade. And we'll try pushing that metal thing out the way for a sec. There we go, that's high in the air now. Yeah, it doesn't touch the light stuff. Doesn't touch it. Right, on the video of the pretty girl, it shows it cutting through a nice thick log up in the air. Well, I've got no thick ones in the air. I've got a couple of thin ones I could try it on, but we've got no thick ones. But I've spotted one there that I could lop a bit off. So we're going to try it on this branch here. Now, whether it's going to cut it or not, I have no idea, and how I'm going to hold the camera, because I'll need two hands. But excuse the camera angles. What I'm going to have to do is try and hold the handle and the camera at the same time, which is not going to be the easiest of things to do, but we will give it a go. I think if I do it like that, there we go, and the blade's clearly in camera. I'm at a bit of a strange angle, Right, let's try straightening this down. Maybe that will help. Yes, that's better. Right, is that still in shot? Yes. See if it does cut through the thick stuff. I don't even know if that was in shot or not. Well, it's cut into it, but it's not cutting through it, I don't think. Yeah, don't buy one of these for cutting thick stuff. It is doing it very slowly, but it'll take a while. It will take a while. And you saw the motor's not really powerful. It's stopped it. We'll try it on one of these thinner branches up in the air, because in the video, what the girl has done, she's extended it to a nice long length. So we shall do that. There we go. I've extended it. Line the camera up and hold it one-handed like this. And we'll try it on one of these branches here. That one there, I think. I don't even know if that was touching it. No, I was cutting. Now I'm on it. Move the camera. There we go. Stops the blade. Stops the blade. So, what's my opinion of a big metal blade? Absolute load of crap. Don't bother. If you're buying it for that attachment, don't bother. Don't give it a second thought. Absolutely useless. The mini chainsaw is the way to go for that. But we haven't given up on it yet. We're going to give it a fair try. I'm going to swap the blades over, and I'm going to try the metal blade next, as we walk through all the sodden mud and the wet ground. We're going to put one of these on. So, back in a sec. Right, I've put the metal blade on. Good thing about this one is it's double edged, both sides. So it doesn't matter which way you put it on. That's also got the advantage, if you blunt one side, you can turn it over and use the other side. So just like the other one, we're going to try it on a bit of vine first. See if it does any better at cutting that. Oh, look at that, that's cutting through the wood. Yep. Oh, that's a little bit better. Right, we'll try it out on this stuff here. It seems to be growing all up. I don't know what it is. I think it's part of the plants, but... well, yeah, it is cutting it. It's better than the saw blade was. Right, we shall try it in the sticks and see what happens. Oh yeah, much better than the saw blade. I mean, that is cutting into it, look. It's also going all over me. I'm very glad I got the safety glasses on. You do need them. But yeah, it's handling that, no problem at all. Remember, I'm doing this one-handed as well. As you can see, I've made a hole. Right, that's a lot more impressive than the saw blade, let's be honest. That does actually work to a degree. So, try and line this up with this. and we'll see what happens on that stick there. Are we in shot? I think we are. Wow, look at that. Now that's quite impressive. Oh, that's cutting straight through it. That's actually much better than I was expecting. That's taken me a little bit by surprise. Okay, what we're going to do, I'm going to shorten the head up again, and we're going to go back. Actually, we'll ride this on the long head, we'll try it on that upper branch and see what happens. And I've just noticed the clouds are rolling back in again. So I think my time is very limited, but hopefully we'll get a chance to try this bit out. Straight through it, look at that. Okay, so that worked a lot better than the saw head. Right, let's see if I can shrink this down. I should be able to do it just by pushing the button and pushing down on it. Yep. Right, and we'll try it now on the fixed. Ah, no, here comes the rain again. We'll try this very quickly. See what happens when I hit the big stuff. Oh, that's made a funny noise. I think it may have come loose. I think I may have knocked the blade loose. Yeah, I have knocked the blade loose. Well, it did better than the saw blade, but you saw what happened. I hope I haven't broke it. We're going to retreat because I think it's going to hammer down again. But we'll leave this blade on, providing I haven't broken the thing. And we'll have another go in a sec. Just wait for this little shower to pass over. So I thought I'd give you an idea of what I'm actually having to deal with. This is what it comes down like when it comes down. Yeah, I'm not mad, but I am slightly touched, I think. Who in their right mind to try and film a YouTube video in these conditions? Me? Oh dear. Well, it's been like this for 3 days. I mean, I've got to try and get this video done at some point. I mean, look at the water on the ground there, look. Oh dear. Oh well. Well, it's nearly stopped raining. Right, I've been and raked a bit of ground up here, because this stuff here is really what I wanted to try this on. I'm hoping it cuts sort of into the ground and cuts through all that stuff that's growing across the ground. If the blade comes loose, of course, it's not any good. I've got to say, it's mostly doing it. This is what I wanted it for. Cut through this thick stuff. I've got the blade angled down, so it's really cutting into the ground where the vines are. You can't emphasise enough, you've got to wear safety glasses if you're doing this, because stuff is flying everywhere. But so far, it's doing what I want it to do. I've got to be honest, I'm quite impressed with that. Did we cut through that thick bit there? Yeah, that's loose. There's a bit bigger bit there. So it does with that. Yep, cut it, look. It's even cutting through thicker stuff. I'm quite impressed with that. This metal blade is so far by far the best one. Right. You know, I'm not quite done with this metal blade yet. I'm going to shorten this down and we're going to have a go at some of those ones that are a bit higher. There we go. I'm just going to have a quick go at some of these. That is actually quite impressive. For a battery tool, that's quite impressive. I am pretty impressed with that, quite pleased with that. Right, I think that will do for this metal one. We've established that it will actually do what I want it to do. Whether it'll survive and how long it will live for, I have no idea. But God, there's all sorts of crap over my glasses. I've been mullered. I don't know if there's any on the camera lens. I can't see any. Right, so I'm going to swap the blades. I'm going to put the plastic blade on next, and we'll see how long that lasts. I've got a feeling it's going to snap pretty quick because they've given you so many of them. They've actually given us 10 of those. Let's try this out here quickly. It doesn't really do well on the light stuff. It's doing it, but not very well. Yeah, we're going to try the plastic one next. We'll see how we go with that. Also, I've got to say it again, cutting stuff when it's wet is not the best. This isn't really a super fair test for it. But so far, that blade, load of crap. This blade, pretty impressive. We'll take it off and we'll have a look and see what the blade looks like. See if I've done any damage to it or not, or whether it's okay. And then we'll put the plastic blade on and we'll have a go with that. So, we have taken the edge off a little bit. Don't know if the camera can see that or not. I hope it can. There's a few lumps and dents out of the blade at the end there. Same on this side. It has taken the edge off a little bit. We flip it over to the side that weren't used. That's how it starts out. However, I've got to say it was still working, as you saw. All to add to change this blade is just a nut, unscrews. You've got 2 location slots there and also the flats either side. It's pretty idiot proof, you can't really get it wrong. So I've stuck the plastic blade on. Get the glasses, which I've given a clean. Stick them on. Stick the hat on. We've got the little plastic one on there. Don't know if you can see it or not. In theory, this is going to spin a little bit faster because it's thinner and it's more lightweight. So this is going to be sort of more down the strimmer line rather than a cutter line. So I want to find stuff to suit. So I think we'll start over here. We'll start where we always start, with that bit of vine down there. Yeah, I can't actually get close enough to the fence to get it. There, yeah. Oh, and it's cut it. Yep. Yeah, cut for it quite easy. Okay. Move down here to this stuff. See how it goes in here. Oh, it's cut it. And we haven't broke the blade. So, I don't think we broke the blade anyway. Nope, blade's still on. Right, let's have a go, see how it goes up against the fence. Because being a plastic blade, you shouldn't damage the fence. At least that's what I'm hoping. This is going to be very tricky to get in line. It is taking chunks out the fence, but it's cutting it. It's cutting through the ivy. Yeah, seemed to do the job. It's cut through it quite cleanly. I haven't really got any grass or anything I can test this out properly on, unfortunately. What have we got there? We've got a few weeds there. Some of that lovely vine. Yeah, seems to be cutting through it okay. Right, let's move this pot out of the way, because it looks like we've got a bit of a dandelion there. Up against the brick, the concrete. I don't want to cut too much because I've got to test the strimmer end out yet, but well, I haven't broke it, and I've hit a few things with it. Don't think I've broke it. Can't actually turn it around and see. Nope, it's still got two ends on it. And you can see that there, still got the two ends. So I didn't break it. So should we try it on a bit of that wood just to see what happens? There's some thick bits there. We'll try it on that, see if it breaks. It didn't break. Hasn't broke yet. It's not really cutting it though either. So they are quite strong, in plastic blade. Stronger than it looks. I was expecting it to break straight away, if I'm honest, but it's still on there. Two things wrapped round. Right, final thing to test out while it's dry. I'm going to get the actual strimmer head on it, and we shall try that out. See what that's like on the fence and on the weeds that I've got left. And the strimmer head is that one there. We shall give that a go. So, I've got the nylon strimmer attachment on, and we're going to try this out on the weeds and see how this goes. Oh, much better. Straight away. Yeah, for the light stuff, that's the one you want. The only problem is they only give you two. I mean, I've got four because I had a faulty one, as you know. But you only get two, and if this breaks quick, you're going to be buying replacements. But seems to be going through the thin stuff quite well. Yeah. Even the thicker stuff there. I mean, don't get me wrong, this isn't fantastic. It's not going to be, you know, it doesn't compare to a weed whacker or anything, but for a little garden, and of course you can go right up next to things with it because it's a nylon. It's like it is like a proper strimmer. Yeah, seems to be working. Oh, just bang my head on something. On a banging basket. When I got that head angled down, I should really angle it back up. That might help. Make the thing actually flatter. There we go. Yeah, that might help. Now you see that guard just gets in the way. You can't get close to stuff with it. You've got to push that out of the way, and then you can get right up to stuff, right up to the edge of stuff. Look. Right, let's go over to the fence and we'll try it on some of these vines going up here. There's one. Oh yeah, this is the tool to use on the fence. Rip straight through it. Wow, just had a great big piece clonk into the glasses. That would have been painful if I wasn't wearing any. Ah, there's a lot dangling over here, look. Foolishly, I didn't put my hat on this time, so I'm going to get wet. But, right, we'll try holding that there. Now there's the problem. See this fine stuff? Look. And that's caught in there really well. It's actually wrapped around it a few times, look. There we go. That's the problem with this garden that I've got. But if you want to go up to a fence, this is the end you've got to use. It did cut it. Fence, but it didn't really damage the fence. It did mark it, but it didn't damage it. But I think actually the best way of getting that stuff off is just to pull it off by hand, if I'm honest. It's just clinging to the fence, and if you just grab it with a pair of gloves on and just pull it off. But not the gloves they give you. They're pretty hopeless, if I'm honest. Right, so that's all the ends tested. I'm actually most impressed with the metal blade one, the single metal blade. Not the big circular saw blade thing, that's a utter waste of time, that thing. But, right, you can see that, the ends have started fraying on it. Ah, it's actually metal. It's not nylon, it's actually twisted metal with a plastic coating. And of course, as you use it, you destroy the plastic coating and then the metal's going to start fraying. And they're just going to get shorter and shorter, especially if you start hitting concrete or stuff with it, or bricks or stones. On a just sort of mud soil garden or up against wood, it's probably going to last a lot longer. But yeah, you get out anywhere near any concrete or bricks, you're going to destroy the ends pretty quickly on it. So I mean, that's pretty much it. I've given it a good go. This one didn't conk out. It's nice and soaking wet, the end there, which is where the motor is, so I'm hoping water hasn't got in there. There's the air vents at the side, look. So I'm hoping I haven't cocked this one up. I mean, providing it keeps working, I will keep this one. I'm actually quite pleased with the metal blade bit doing what I want it to do. I will cut down into that ground with it, and it'll do what I want it to do. It'll cut through the vines. There's one last little test I want to do with it actually before I end the video. I want to try and use it as an edging tool. I mean, I know we've got no wheels to guide it or anything, but I'm going to put the single metal blade back on, and I'm going to actually try and see if you could do edging with it. I know I haven't got grass to do that with, but if I can try and sort of groove a straight line in the ground with it, you can get the idea. And it looks like the weather's cooperating a little bit. The sun's come out, blue skies, but We've had that before, I'm not being fooled. So I'm going to stick the metal blade back on, and we shall try that just before I end the video, kind of thing. Right, that metal guard thing on there, I tried to get it back off, but it doesn't want to come off. However, it does push all the way back there and sort of clicks into place. So you can take it out of the way. So I'll put the metal blade back on. Don't know if I've got it the same way around or not, so I might be doing in the other edge as well, but I'm not bothered. So what we're going to try and do is turn it upside down. So I think for this I'm going to have to, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Right, hang on, let me stop the camera now. I'm going to have a little fiddle with it and reconfigure it, I think. So I've turned the head more horizontal and I've moved that handle around. I'm going to have to move it further down because that'll be too close to the camera and throw stuff up and stretch that out a little bit, like so. And if I can do the trick again, I'll put this sort of in line with it. Obviously an edging tool would be better, proper edging tool, but I think if you was up against the side of a bit of grass, you could do it. It's not ideal. Obviously you've got a great big long lawn, go and buy an edging tool, but if it's only a little bit of lawn, yeah, you could get away with using this. It would do the job. I did have to turn the head so it was more horizontal like that rather than tilted up. And I turned the handle round as well. But yeah, I think it would actually do the job. Not the best in the world, but it would do it. So, would I recommend this, first off? Difficult one to answer that. Everybody's circumstances are different. I'm going to be keeping it because it does cut into the ground, which is what I wanted it for. I mean, I've got a fly mower I can chuck on the top of that lot and reduce all that down. Petrol mower would be best, of course, but I just need to reduce it down so that I can dig this up here and spread it on the ground and mix it in, because underneath that topsoil is all clay. And it doesn't go down very far, it only goes down about a foot, and then we've got concrete underneath it. Probably from when these houses were built. They were built on factory land, and that's just what it is, there's concrete underneath. Yeah, I don't know. You've seen the tests, you see what happened to the first one. It died within like 30 seconds. But Amazon, can't fault them. They let me keep the old one, so I've now got 6 batteries. The battery's interchangeable with the mini chainsaw. So yes, I think I would keep it. I am very impressed with that little mini metal blade. For me personally, with the kind of stuff I've got to do with it, that is by far the best choice. If you've got lots of weeds, the little nylon head or those little plastic blades are going to be okay. I haven't got the kind of garden to test this out properly, and I've tested it when everything is soaking wet, which is not ideal. It's really not the best, but we've tried it, we've used it, and it seems to do the job. That's pretty much all there is to say about it, really. Would I recommend it? I think you need to make your own mind up on that one. I'm not going to recommend it. You make your own mind up. Me personally, for what I want it for, yes, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to use it. It's pretty much ideal for me. Weight wise, with a battery on, if I turn it round like this, again, one finger, difficult to balance it, but there you go. One finger. It's not heavy. The whole thing is pretty light. I don't know if I'm in shot or not because I can't see. I'll just have to move the camera around and hope for the best. But it balances quite happily on one finger. And I'm by no means a strong man. So, you've watched the video. Your choice on this one, whether you want to buy it for yourselves or not. I mean, for the money, it's not a great deal of money. Yeah, I'm not going to recommend it. It's up to you. For me personally, it's a good buy. It all depends what kind of garden you've got to do, how big it is, how little it is, what you're dealing with, whether it's weeds, bits of wood, vine, bushes, I don't know. I mean, it's going to struggle with something like a blackberry bush. You're not going to really do much with that with this thing. The mini chainsaw, yes, I would recommend that. That thing is absolutely amazing. It's a lot of fun as well. In fact, it's pretty dangerous because of that fact. You've got to remember, it is a chainsaw. It might be a tiny little thing, but if you hit a body part with that thing, you're going away your knee. And if you nicked an artery with it, you'd be lucky to get out of the garden alive. It is very, very easy to get carried away with it. I did. I was swinging it around like a samurai sword and basically forgot what it was I had in my hands. It really is very, very good fun to use, and you will get carried away with the damn thing. So please, if you buy one of those, please, please, please treat it with respect. I didn't. I used it and abused it and really, really hammered the crap out of it. And it stood up to everything I did to it. And I say, I think I told you the blade came off, the chain came off once, but that was due to it not being tightened up properly. But the battery held out a good 40-45 minutes. By the way, the battery's showing no signs of diminishing on this. It's still going strong. Again, for the money, the mini chainsaw is absolutely astounding value. I would definitely recommend that. Not if you've got a huge garden or lots and lots of trees to sort of cut with it, or bushes. Probably not. You're probably better off buying a brand name one. But if you're in a sort of situation like me where this doesn't need to be done every year, you know, the hedge trimmer's quite sufficient just to trim it back a little bit each year, then yeah, it's fine. It's a good buy. I think that's pretty much it, really. I can't really think of much else to talk about. Again, if you know what other tools these batteries fit, please do leave a comment. I'd love to sort of find something else I could test out with it and use the same batteries, especially if you can buy a bare unit. Otherwise, I'm going to be taking a trip up B&Q and trying it out on all their test models, see what it fits, because you can guarantee it's a rip-off of somebody's battery. I have no idea which, but yeah, quick recap in case you're one of these people who skip through the videos. We'll go through the different blades quickly before I sign off. So we have the metal blade, that one there, which happens to be on the machine now. For me, that is the best blade. My circumstances, that is by far pretty much the only blade I'm going to really use. You've got this blade, a little bit heavier than the nylon. I didn't break it, even though I went into some pretty thick twigs with it. It didn't break. The actual strimmer ends, they're not going to last that long. You're only going to get 1 or 2 uses out of them. This one's already fraying at the ends. But if you've got to go up next to a greenhouse or something, or a wooden fence, that is the one to use. It did mark the fence, but it didn't damage it. The saw blade, well, that's just a gimmick. In my opinion, that is just a gimmick. I tried cutting through branches with it. Nada. Did not work. Didn't really want to cut the weeds, didn't want to cut the twigs, didn't really want to cut anything that I tested it on. It did sort of make a groove in the thick log I tried it on, but the one they show you in the video, she's cutting a great big thick branch at maximum extension and it just flew through it. Bit of trick photography there. For me, that is the best end. Value wise, yeah, can't fault it. Nothing else comes close. You'll pay that money just for a basic strimmer here in the UK. You can get a cheaper one off Argos, I believe. It's about 25 quid. It's nowhere near as good as that. As a strimmer it's fine, but it hasn't got the usage that has. If you've got lots and lots of weeds, again you're probably looking at a petrol one, a weed whacker or something. But for my kind of situation, I mean, you can see how big my garden is. That's it. This is absolutely ideal. It's the perfect thing. It's lightweight. Anybody who's a little bit infirm, or just on the weak side like me, yeah, absolutely fine. It's as light as a feather. Could do with being a little bit more powerful, I suppose, but again, you've got to put it in the context. For the money, you can't fault it. Value wise, it's a 10 out of 10 from me. Function wise, do you know what, I'd give it a 10 if it weren't for that blade. So I'm going to say 8. Function wise, ease of use, again, it's going to be an 8, 9. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with it. For me personally, it's a good buy. You have to decide for yourself whether it's something you want or not. Right, I don't know what else to really say. I'm going to sort of knock this on the head now. If I come up with an idea of what I can use it on, I will tag it on the end of this video, but I can't think of anything. Right, make sure you watch the follow-up video, which as soon as we get some more persistent dry weather, I'm going to do, which is in the neighbour's front garden. She has got, I have no idea what the plant is called. I'll try and look it up, but I really don't know what this thing is called at the moment. It's some sort of tropical plant, and the leaves on it are long, big, long triangular things. They go off to a point, and they're very, very thick. I did have a go at it, I think I said at the beginning, I had a go at it with the edge trimmer, and the hedge trimmer did absolutely nothing. Didn't even touch it. So that's going to be an interesting test, both for the for this thing here with that metal blade on, and I may even try the saw blade on it, but I don't think it's going to be any good. I think that saw blade's just a gimmick, and I think it's probably going to be the mini chainsaw that does the business on that. It's grown up in about 5 or 6 different sort of places, all sort of bunched together. It's hard to describe, you'll have to wait till you see it. And it's a good 3-4 inches thick in places, which is going to need cutting down. She wants the one part leaving. At the moment she can't even see out of her window, her front room window, and she certainly can't open it. And I said, yeah, I'll have a go at it for you. So that's going to be a job. I think it's going to be mainly the mini chainsaw, but I shall have a go at it with this first, just to see. So that's going to be the next video, to test them out. But my review on both items, pretty positive, got to be honest. Mini chainsaw, 10 out of 10, can't fault it, really can't. Did everything it's supposed to do, and a lot more that it's not supposed to do. It still managed it. Did have that problem with thin stuff jamming up, but it's not designed to do that job, so you can't really criticise that. This thing I've used in the wet, which is really the worst time to try and do any sort of cutting jobs in the garden. Nothing cuts well in the wet, and it's done the job. So, and it didn't conk out like the first one after 30 seconds. Time will tell in the long run how it lasts and how it goes on, but for the moment I'm pretty pleased with it. But anyhow, going to knock this one on the head, and we'll get this video uploaded. It's my first video for a good few months, about 3 months I think, since I last uploaded one. So I hope somebody watches it. Please, please, please leave a comment. If you can think of a job for me to try it out on, yep, brilliant, I'll give it a go. On either tool, of course, the chainsaw or the thing. We'll get the chainsaw's only sat down here. I'm not going to get it out, you've seen it, but the chainsaw's just sat in this box there under the table. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with it. Anyhow, for now, we'll upload this. Leave a comment if there's anything you'd like to see me try it on. Also, if you know what those batteries fit, I did show you earlier, just before I go, we'll whip that battery. Actually, I'll get the battery off the table, it's easier. I did bring another battery out in case I needed it, but I didn't. Here's how the fittings are on the battery. It says it's 21 volts, I think. Yeah, 21. It says 21 volts on that one. Lithium battery, so pretty much any 20 volt sort of job will do. Just clicks in. Don't think it matters about the charging place. They've designed it so it's got a charging plug there, but if it goes in a holder to charge, doesn't matter. Just if you think of whatever is the same tool as this fits, please let me know what make. Whether it be a D-Bolt, a Makita, Black & Decker, whoever, whatever, doesn't matter. If you know what that is based on, please leave a comment and let me know, because I will go out and buy a bare bones unit to test the batteries out on and see if they do actually work. Especially a drill. I need a new drill. My drill's a bit on the decrepit side. Here's my drill. It's one of the old works ones, and it's well, these batteries don't last 5 minutes on it anymore. They're old technology. We've moved on a lot since that thing was made. Anyhow, we'll knock it on the head there. Thanks for watching. Again, please leave a comment, and if you feel up to it and if you enjoyed it, leave a like. Doesn't cost you anything but a couple of seconds of your time just to click that thumbs up button. Thanks ever so much, and don't forget, make sure you watch the next one. That's going to be a real fun little video, because this plant is a beast and I'm actually looking forward to doing it myself. I'm just waiting for this weather to stabilise a bit better, and we'll give that a go and we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Bye.